It's swing, sing and all that jazz. And here to give you the downbeat is Henry Holloway.
Thank you again, Marilyn, and hello again, dear listeners, with a special greeting to those listening on the internet in faraway places. A mixed bag as usual for your listening pleasure, starting with big band swing. Long after the swing era was over, diehards like Duke Ellington, Les Brown, Count Basie, Woody Herman, and Harry James continued plying their trades. And here's an example. In September 1961, trumpeter Harry James and his band were recorded during a season in Hollywood, and from those air checks, here's a James original, Backbeat Boogie, arranged by Jack Mathias. Solos in chronological order by Harry James, trumpet of course, Jack Percival piano, Sam Furniture tenor sax, and some thumping drum work by Jake Hanna. Applause for Harry James, his trumpet, his band, and his composition Backbeat Boogie. Hollywood, September 1961. From swing to sing, and the spotlight settles on her nibs, Miss Georgia Gibbs. In July 1952, Georgia recorded So Madly in Love, composed by Kim Gannon and Mabel Wayne.
You're the dream that made my dreams come true. In your arms I'm in heaven above, and to the ends of the earth I'll follow you. You're my sun, you're my moon and my star. All I ask is to be where you are. I'm in love, oh so madly in love. You're my sun, you're my moon, and my star. All I ask is to be where you are. With the first kiss you gave, darling, I was your slave. I'm in love, oh so madly in
So Madly in Love, Georgia Gibbs. She's not one of my favorites, but I must admit the lady could sing. During my last program, I featured Buck Clayton's big band. Today, it's my pleasure to bring you the Buck Clayton Octet. They were recorded live playing Moonglow at one of three places, New York City, Copenhagen, or Paris, on either 25th November 1958, 17th September 1959, or 22nd April 1961. I've tried for years to establish which, but I've not been successful. The soloists have also been a problem, apart from Buck Clayton's magnificent muted trumpet work. Take your pick, as follows: piano, Billy Taylor, Jimmy Jones, or Sir Charles Thompson; tenor sax, Bud Johnson or Buddy Tate; clarinet, Buster Bailey, I think; and trombone, Dickie Wells or Trummy Young. After all that confusion, let me just say that this is one of my most favorite mainstream small group jazz recordings. Thoroughly deserved applause for trumpeter Buck Clayton and his 7 associates for that clean, uncluttered presentation of Will Hudson's Moonglow. That's how I like my small group jazz. George Spink of Los Angeles asked me to play Take the A-Train by Duke Ellington, followed by Glenn Miller's version for comparison. It's my pleasure to do so right now. What contrast! Billy Strayhorn's Take the A-Train, swung by the Duke as per Strayhorn's chart, versus Billy May's ballad arrangement for Glenn Miller. You all know that Woody Herman owned an excellent orchestra, and many of you will know that he was an outstanding reed instrumentalist. But did you know that Woody could sing as well? He was no Sinatra, but he wasn't bad.
I make a date for golf and you can bet your life it rains. I try to give a party and the guy upstairs complains. I guess I'll go through life just catching colds and missing trains. Everything happens to me. I never miss a thing. I've had the measles and the mumps. And every time I play an ace, my partner always trumps. I guess I'm just a fool who never looks before he jumps. Everything happens to me. At first my heart thought you could break this jinx for me, that love would turn the trick to end despair. But now I just can't fool this head that thinks for me. I've mortgaged all my castles in the air. I've telegraphed and phoned, I sent an airmail special too. Your answer was goodbye and there was even postage due. I fell in love just once, then it had to be with you. Everything happens to me. Never drawn a sweepstake or a bank night at a show. I thought perhaps this time I'd won, but Lady Luck said no. And though it breaks my heart, I'm not surprised to see you go. Everything happens to me.
Everything Happens to Me, written by Matt Dennis and Tom Adair in 1941 and sung there by Woody Herman, backed by his orchestra, on the 11th of March 1941 in New York City. That recording must have been made very soon after the song was written. Well now, may I compare two formidable pianists, Teddy Wilson and Jess Stacy, both paid their dues with big bands and then concentrated more on small group and solo work. Listen please to two 1935 recordings, Rosetta played by Teddy Wilson, and Barrel House, played by Jess Stacey, supported by drums and bass. I think I'll go for Teddy Wilson, even though he did not have the help of a rhythm section like Jess Stacey had. Two keyboard kings nonetheless. Let's move to the local scene, and we kick off with my optometrist friend in Johannesburg, Harry Tallis. If that puzzles you, I'm just referring to Harry's daytime job. He sings and plays double bass whenever possible, and from his latest album, here's Just in Time. The tenor solo is by Lionel Kiley.
Just in time, I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice was tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way. For love came just in time, I found you just in time. Changed my lonely life this lovely day. Just in time, I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice was tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way. For love came just in time, I found you just in time. It changed my lonely life that lovely day. Oh, it changed my lonely life, changed my lonely life, changed my lonely life that lucky day. Just in time.
Harry Tallis singing that Julie Stein, Betty Comden, Adolph Green standard. The Tallis recording was made in Johannesburg earlier this year. Not bad for a 70-something optometrist. Mike Lartz plays mellow tenor and alto saxophones, while Eddie Kirkwood plays tinkling piano-style keyboards. Mike also composes the occasional ditty, like mashed potatoes. Mashed Potatoes, composed by Mike Lartz and played there by him on tenor sax, accompanied by keyboardist Eddie Kirkwood. Recorded in Cape Town during May 2007. Singer Leslie Klainsmith has been busily occupied on the Cape Town cabaret and concert scenes for almost 40 years now. In 1990 he recorded an album masterminded by arranger Darrell Andrews, and from it here's Cole Porter's I've Got You Under My Skin. The alto sax solo is by Willie Van Zyl.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in this heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself this affair never could go so well. So why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well that I got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. And each time I knew, just the thought of you made me stop before I begin. I've got you under my skin. Sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. And each time I knew just the thought of you made me stop before I begin. I've got you under my skin. I've got you under my skin. Yes, I've got you under my skin.
Leslie Klainsmith, backed by a specially selected for the recording orchestra, singing that Cole Porter standard in Cape Town in 1990. The late Dave Lithens was one of South Africa's very best jazz swing pianists. In December 1996, Dave plus rhythm men Basil Moses bass and Morris Gavronsky drums were recorded live during a season at the Green Dolphin restaurant on Cape Town's waterfront. From the CD subsequently made, here's Jean de Paul's Spring, Spring, Spring. Dave Lithens certainly made one feel as if spring had arrived. He was a very good pianist. Finally, on today's program, Jerry Bosman and his big band in 1977 playing Les Brown's and Ben Homer's Sentimental Journey, sans the Bud Green lyric. The trombone solo, my trombone-playing friend Clive Sharrock told me, is by Bob van Ede. And with that, I must take a sentimental journey to Caledon. I do hope that you've had some enjoyment along the program's way. Till we meet again, God willing, all the very best to you and yours. Goodbye.
Swing, Sing and All That Jazz was compiled and presented by Henry Holloway.
Henry Holloway's autobiography, titled Swing, Sing and All That Jazz, is due to be published in America by Trafford Publishers and will be available on Amazon.com and at Barnes & Noble bookstores. It tells the story of a unique South African who rose from humble beginnings to become one of only 2 non-Americans in history who has been honoured with America's prestigious Golden Bandstand Award, joining Frank Sinatra, Glenn Miller, Benny Goodman, and 50 other American music legends. This 700-page book tells Henry Holloway's remarkable story and contains more than 500 images of photographs, articles, and letters. Contact Trafford Publishers in Bloomington, Indiana.